Okay, guys, I don't know a better way to update you guys than doing a video journal. I feel like a text message and an email wouldn't really explain my updates and can maybe get confusing and we could go back and forth about it. So I thought maybe this would be a better method. But here is the floor plan that Guy and I discussed today. He made some changes and some suggestions. I did a couple walkthroughs with the building this weekend and tried to lay out. They chalked the floors of our exam rooms. I think this was the floor plan before. We originally had 9 exam rooms and 2 operating rooms. These are just some of the updates that I saw that they missed. But they went through, and instead of framing, they were supposed to frame this week, but instead of doing that, they chalked these outlines of where the rooms would go onto the floor and how big they would be. So I got to walk through the lobby, the hallway, the exam rooms, kind of all of it, how big it would be, like how wide the spaces are, operating rooms I got a feel for, and office space, and just tried to do a quick layout inside one of these exam rooms. So I took a ladder and laid out a ladder like it was an exam room table, tried to get a couple of 2 chairs in there and a sink and a countertop, and it was so tight. It made me really nervous. It's a layout that I feel like would work for a physician's office because you can push the bed against one wall, but we really, in not all of our exam rooms necessarily, but in a lot of our exam rooms, want to be able to walk around the full table. So especially this exam room is a 7'4" exam room. It's just too tight. Guy said he recently did a massage salon, and they did 7'4" rooms, and they felt like they should have at least been 8. I think the standard is 10 by 10 rooms. He's also done dentist offices, and the standard is 10 by 10. These ones I believe are marked out. Some of them are 8'2" wide. Some of them are 9'4". These ones are 9'4". These are 8'2". Anyway, so I went in there and I did a layout, and it just was so tight. It was too tight. So I emailed Guy and Frank back, and Guy got busy over the weekend. He did some outlines himself, but then we got together today and we talked more about it. What are potentially some changes we can make? What will we be doing in these exam rooms? So we went from, after he and I met today, we went from 9 to 6 rooms, exam rooms, with 2 operating rooms. The operating rooms were really small. We wouldn't have been able to get around the table. So we actually moved it down and took up this space, which used to be a storage cabinet, I believe. So we've got more space here. This is still the public bath. This OR is a little bit tricky because we do want to include this back door, and we still need to make it wider in order to get around a full table with a countertop and a sink in there and the laser and all the supplies. So he has this method, I guess, where he kind of edges off the corner so that you can still, this isn't drawn to scale. So I believe this hallway would still be the width of this hallway. I just tried to do updates to give you guys an idea, but so that you can still kind of make it around these hallways and it's not a super tight squeeze. So again, this is not drawn to scale. This will be wider. It just gives you an idea of how we would accomplish that hallway. So here we originally had 6 exam rooms. That lobby was so tight though, it was more like a hallway. So we took 2 of the exam rooms away and we widened this lobby so that we could have this big entertainment area. And then we made these exam rooms, which you can't also really tell in this one, but exam rooms wider. So they would be, your standard 10 by 10 rooms. And then we would move the built-in cabinets right from the middle so they could really feed this OR and could feed this OR. I'm not sure where the door is going here, somewhere. But move those here. And then on the side, again, these were really tight. One was 7'4". As you can see, these are 8 too. So we made these 2 rooms, and then that seemed to fit a little bit better, have a better feel about getting around the beds and getting around. So what we would do here is, and I don't have it, they sketched it out, but I don't have a copy of it. They're going to do an official draft, but like a little, like a coffee table or a little spot for refreshments and 2 chairs. And we're going to do a lot of filling with plants and that type of thing. But they had 2 chairs there. For the registration desk, it's squared off originally, but we found a really cool design that we all like, and I'm hoping that you guys kind of say the same, and I'll show you that with the decor. But I'm going to finish showing you the draft first. So then this office, we decided that we could fit a lot more staff, kind of like what we looked at in Century 21, and do built-in desks along the wall to fit more workstations, or maybe fit 2 people in there, whatever that might need to hold. The break room's going to change a little bit. Guy wants us to move this stuff along this wall, so you can come in the door and kind of get right to the fridge. So this area kind of had a big change. So back here in the changing, I liked these pocket door ideas so that we weren't taking away from the space from opening and closing doors. So they just kind of slide in and out, and you can lock them from the inside, and you can just easily transition from in the changing room to in the relaxation room. The door is down on this end, and it's close, so he's got like a cute little furniture like a layout of where everything would go in here. It's just a cute, a really clean little sitting area. But the door is right next to the lobby, so of the relaxation room, we were thinking about moving the door down here, which isn't that big of a deal. We just take the drywall out. But moving the door down here, and then we would have a nice transition door. Dr. Ben was talking about just kind of transitioning back into reality instead of stepping into a bright parking lot. So we talked about having like a frosted glass door, depending on what we're looking at in the budget, or just some nice door that helps us get from here to here. And then we have like those faux candles in the hallway, the dimmed lights, and it just kind of gets really, really dark back here. I think both of you know that we worked a shower in there. I shopped some showers. I think I can do better. I found like a fiberglass pop-in shower with a door and the accessories for $600, but Frank says I can do even better, so he's sending me shopping again, and he thinks I can maybe do it for half of that. So with everything that's needed. So wish me luck on that. But I think that's mostly the updates on this draft. So what's happening now is I'm going to go to the building in the morning, and I'm going to verify these measurements and that these are actually where they say they are and that they're accurate. I'll send them to Guy, and then Guy is going to get with the drafter. I believe it's Owens Construction. Owens will draft it to scale and put all the changes in there. Then this drawing will get back to Frank, and Frank will hopefully start Thursday with framing. We didn't want to, like I said, we didn't want to start with framing because they would have had to cut the boards, and we didn't want to have wasted boards and have to start over on our supplies. So instead of cut boards, we did chalk lines. I'm glad we did that. I asked Dr. Ben what size his exam rooms are. He said 7'8" by 11. I did email Dr. Mitchell, but she did not get back to me. I asked her to either count the tiles on the ceiling and let me know, or kind of let me know the measurements of her rooms, and I haven't heard back from her. So we're gonna try to see how a standard 10x10 room looks, and I think that 2 operating rooms and 6 exam rooms will hopefully work for us in our business plan to start. I will upload this video, and then I will move on to the decor and kind of the plan for this layout.